Hello, welcome to Loves and World. Welcome to another vlog. You join me in the shade, but in the garden. It's a beautiful sunny day, and I'm not gonna lie, I should be doing uni work right now, but I haven't been sleeping very well because it's been so hot, and so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take some time out to read Peter and Paul. So this is the second book that I was very kindly sent for review from Third Minute Brow by Dean Street Press, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading it. Don't know much about it, so let's have a little look at the cover and the blurb together. So really lovely covers. They really do take their time to make sure that the covers really suit the book. And this is the blurb, the synopsis, if you want to pause now and have a little read, feel it yourself. Like my previous vlog that I did, which I loved that book so much, Clothes Pegs by Susan Scarlett. This is another book centering and revolving around the world of fashion. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. Originally from 1940. Let's start reading. I just had a right old giggle at this little section. No one, thought Petronella, knew how awful it was for a girl not to have enough hats. Hats were really more important than anything else, that is, if you had nice legs, which she had. Of course, it was awful having to wear artificial silk. If ever a girl was born to the best of everything, she was. Still, even if artificial silk does not look bad, if your legs are good. Do half go out about legs. But hats, the sort of hats she and Pauline had to wear, would simply smell of vicarages. Right, so I have a little bit of a bookish confession to make. It is the next day, and I have finished Peter and Paul. And my bookish confession is that I started the book on page 1, and I didn't stop the book until I got to page 191. Which is the end of the book. I read the book in one sitting, and that never happens to me. I was absolutely transfixed. I was absolutely absorbed, and yeah, it never happens to me. Usually I'm very conscious of the page numbers. I'm very conscious of the chapters that I'm getting to, and I just wasn't at all yesterday. I just kept going. I'm someone that finds reading really difficult. I'm someone that finds the process of reading almost a process of rereading, because for it to go in my head, I have to often reread words, sentences, whole paragraphs, sometimes whole pages for it to go in. And therefore I end up becoming quite a slow reader for it to make any sort of mental impact for me. But there was something about the writing that I was just hooked. This, of course, is my second Susan Scarlett novel now, and absolutely loved it. So let me tell you what it's about, and then you can judge for yourself whether you think it's a book for you. So this book is about sisters Petronella and Pauline. They are twins but not identical. Petronella is extremely beautiful, and she likes to make herself look beautiful, enhance the beauty that she has naturally been given. She likes to spend hours doing her hair, trying to look like the latest Hollywood celebrities. That's what she likes to do. Whereas Pauline is quite mature, she's quite sensible. I would say, seeing as these are 17-year-old teenagers, Pauline seems a lot more mature, 17, than Petronella. And as a favour to their mother, they end up getting a job at a London dress shop run by a man called David, and David is in with the aristocratic circles, so to speak, and they end up getting very different jobs based on essentially Petronella's looks. She ends up being right at the top, being a model, being someone that David himself is, designing clothes for, because he absolutely falls for her, hook, line and sinker, like so many men do. And Pauline ends up in sorts of administrative tasks. Now, when they get there, they very much face the wrath of this woman who is the manageress there, and she is a fortune hunter, and she had hopes of marrying David herself before, you know, Petronella got there and eyes were completely taken away from her. And yes, it doesn't go down well, but that's kind of all I want to say to it. It's one of those books that, I mean, similar to Clothes Pegs, Peter and Paul, and the reason why it's called Peter and Paul is because that's what they're called in the shop, by the way. Petronella's called Peter and Pauline's called Paul. Peter and Paul. And very similarly, they have the kind of same sort of feel about it. They both live in the fashion world, and that's kind of our main run with these characters. And then we have this lovely humorous writing style with a very light romance throughout it too. And it was just so wonderful. I had the best reading experience, best reading time reading this book. I just absolutely loved it. It was so nice and I was so immersed, and yeah, 5 stars, of course. How could it not? I was really surprised because I finished it on the evening, probably about 9 o'clock, something like that. And I put it down and I felt a bit sad because because I had read it in one sitting, that was it, it was done. Rather than Clothes Pegs, I kept monitoring what I was on to stop myself. Although in that review, I know I said I'd quite like to read that in one go as well. So yeah, Susan Scarlett is a new favourite author of mine, absolutely hands down. And my other half was very kind last night, and he said, I'm going to buy you a book, what would you like? And he very kindly bought me Sally Ann by Susan Scarlett. So these two I was very kindly sent for review from Dean Street Press, Fuddle Middelbrow. Thank you very much for the publishers. But this one, my other half kindly bought for me, and I'm so intrigued by this one because this is set in the cosmetics world, which I'm rather excited to get to, and this is book number 2. So we have Clothes Pegs was the first book from 1939, and then Peter and Paul was the 3rd book from 1940, and then Sally Ann, I think this was also 39. Yes, also 39. So yeah, I'm going to give myself a little bit of time before I read this. But because I can't afford books at the moment, I did get a little bit sad last night because I've got nothing to look forward to. But at least I have this one, and then save some pennies. No. Mortgage. And then hopefully at some point I'll be able to access the other Susan Scarlett novels, because don't forget there are 12 that were released this August. Before I say goodbye to this video, I want you to let me know if you'd like me to do a vlog of me reading Sally Ann, if you'd like to see that. And I want to show you my vintage copy of Susan Scarlett novel. So here it is. This is my vintage copy of Pirouette by Susan Scarlett. I got this at a National Trust secondhand bookshop for £2. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to reading this. I know Fuddle Middelbrow did look at reusing this cover, but decided against it. I think it's because it's so dark and the background to Pirouette is now red. So this is one that I don't need to buy. And while I'm here, as you've not had too much vlog footage, let me show you just some of my other Fuddle Middelbrow books. So I'll just move this. So all of these ones here are ones that I have read, and as you can see I've got quite a few, and also quite a few like 5-star books in there. So The Fair Misfortune was my most recent 5-star. I loved that. I raved about that. Molly Clavering is absolutely spectacular. Highly recommend her. Doris Langley Moore as well, Not at Home. That was very, very funny. My beloved Ursula Orange. Oh, I really hope that more of her books, because there's she wrote 6 books in her lifetime, 3 of which have been republished. There they are. This was really good. I really enjoyed this. Dorothy Evelyn Smith, Miss Plum, Miss Penny, dark comedy, wonderful. And my Marjorie Sharp, of course. Marjorie Sharp is just absolutely spectacular, very funny. If you like Woodhouse, for instance, you'll like Marjorie Sharp. And then these ones here, these are my to read books. So I have another Marjorie Sharp to read, another Elizabeth Elliot to go with that one. My very first Winifred Peck. This is the first one as well. I haven't read any of hers. And yeah, another Doris Langley Moore. So that is my read and to read pile. So that just leaves me to say thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to chatting to you in the comments. Take care, and I shall see you again soon. Bye for now.